We've drawn quite a few different creatures together so far. We've done sheep, hedgehogs, dogs, all sorts of things. So by request, a couple of you are wondering how to draw cats. So I'm going to show you a nice easy way how to draw a couple of cat characters. So instead of starting with the eyes, which I usually do, I'm going to start with the ear, which is basically like a capital A with a pointy bit at the top. I've slightly curved those lines, but you've basically got a capital A. Go as big or as small as you like, don't worry about it. It's only your first attempt. So starting from just above the ear, the bottom of the ear there, just do a nice curved line going down around about that far. We're going to carry it round in a minute, but we're not going to try and do it all at once. You might get a bit wobbly. So at the bottom of the ear there, we're going to carry that line around so it looks like a circle that continues. Just got that ear in the way there. So that's one ear and half of a head. On the other side, you don't see all of the ear. You just see a thinner little triangle there, another capital A on the other side. And already you're getting a little bit of perspective. It's not quite face on, it's slightly to the side, which is tricky, and it's going to look more impressive than just a face on cat. I'm carrying that curve there, and I'm just stopping short, so there's a little tiny gap. So you've got virtually a circle with a little tiny gap at the bottom. There, another triangle. Looks really tiny. It's a lot of forehead with a little bit of detail at the bottom for the mouth, and this is a W shape, a nice round W shape, and it looks like it's smiling as well. It gives it that impression, so it looks quite a contented cat. And underneath there, a little U shape. That's all it is for the mouth. So you've got the nose and the mouth there. The eyes I'm going to do really simple, like with it being a contented cat, it's going to have his eyes closed, so just little curved lines, that's all you need. A lot of forehead, like all cute baby sort of pictures, you have a lot of forehead, you'll notice. A little bit of detail on the ear there. So that's looking okay. I hope yours is looking okay too. I'm going to add some whiskers. Just lightly. Again, any colour you want, you can colour these in however you like. Of course, yours might be looking a little bit different, but don't worry. Just keep at it. Let's work onto the body. It's going to be quite a small body. You can shade this any way you like in a minute once you've got the main outline. That's the most important bit. Put a little curved bit there for its back, and like its bottom part of its body, like its hip. It's got a really strong hip, even though it was a little cat, for jumping. And there's a curved bit for the front of the body. And it's a real easy way of drawing the body of a cat. It's just a sitting position. And I'm just going to draw a line all the way underneath. That's the shadow, so we know it's sat on the ground. And there's a little, if you want to put a little paw at the front, you can do. If you want to make it look even more detailed. There's the other paw. And you can add just little lines here and there just to add a little bit more detail to your cartoon. This is the hip on the back leg. I'm not quite going to the bottom there, to that bottom line, because I'm just leaving enough room for a foot or its back paw. Now the tail, it's going to be a bit of a curve shape. Whether you start from the bottom or the top, it's up to you. I'll start from there, curve round and up. I won't do it all in one go. So if you've got that shape, just follow it with another line. Just close the end of the tail off, and then just follow it back down. Follow the same shape. If you've done it once, you can do it again because you've got something to follow now. And there we've got the main outline of the cat. Be interesting to see what yours looks like. I'm just shading in some bits and pieces here. You can shade in or colour in whatever colours you want if you want to make it look a bit like your cat. If you've got a cat, make it look like yours, or all your favourite colours. You can go crazy with the colours, whichever you want to do. Just get creative with it. I'll probably leave that sort of muzzle area blank. I'll just put a little line there to show the top of its nose. It doesn't really need it, you can leave it off if you think it looks better. So I'm going to leave that, or you can do it a different colour. It just adds more detail again. I like adding bits of detail that don't take a long time. It looks like it's taking you ages, but a little line can make a big difference. So I'm shading all around it. If I had a different colour, I'd colour the little mouth and nose in. Maybe the nose could be pink to match those little bits in the ear. It's completely up to you. And I'll probably leave its chest a different colour, a lighter colour as well, because sometimes they've got a white tummy or a white chest on cats. But it's up to you. However you want to colour it, that's completely down to you. And don't forget, make it priceless with your signature. So there you are, now it's worth $1 million. So now I'm going to work on a different style of character, another different way of drawing it. So try with me here, just try and follow me with your fresh piece of paper on next to the other one. This is the top part of an eye, one of the cat's eyes, and there is another curve going the other way. Now the gap in the middle is quite important, because if you leave quite a bit of a gap, it tends to make it more cute if you're a cute looking cat. Now I'm closing that bottom bit with another shape very similar to the top, just going the other way. Now that's not perfect, but it'll give you an idea. If you can do two very similar almond sort of shapes, and those are the eyes of the cat. So I'm doing the cat looking to the left, and there's the big black pupil of the eye. Mine's looking a bit wonky, but it'll look right in a minute. Just stick with it. If yours looks wonky, don't worry, it does look better as you start adding more detail, because this is all we're looking at the moment. In a minute you'll have more to look at, and it'll avert your eyes from any little faults that you make. So I've left a little shiny bit on that eye. Now I'm going to draw the nose, very simple triangle nose. Again, don't make it too low down or too high up, just try and get it just where you want it to be. And again, a little W shape from the little point on that triangle underneath. A little W, and that's the mouth. It's a really nice, easy way of drawing. Cat says its chin. So you've nearly done the face. If you're keeping up with me here, pause it if you can't, but if you're keeping up with me, you've virtually got a cat's face there. And just take note of the distance between those eyes, because the further apart they go, strangely, they get more and more cute. So we're going to do a curve, just missing the eye, giving yourself a little bit of room, just a curve round to its mouth area there. Same on the other side. Come round and up. We're going to extend that in a minute, but for now let's just do it in stages, and it makes it easier for you. So we're going to carry that up a little bit, so we get a real nice rounded shape there, its face. And now the ears, the A shape again. If it's a young cat, give it little ears. If it's a slightly older cat, give it bigger ears. That's how it works. If you look at kittens, they've got tiny ears. So yeah, another A shape on there, and you can just see it overlaps that rounded face that we've made. And I'm just going to carry that circle around now for the top of its head, and as you can see, the line breaks where those ears are, and it just gives it that little break to let you know that the ears are actually part of that head and not just stuck on the side. So there's little lines. We can colour those in pink later, and that is your cat's face, with the addition of some whiskers, of course. As long as you like, make them curly if you want, make them a little bit different. So now we're going to do a little neck, a little graceful little neck, a curve on it like that, so it's nice and even. So that's the cat's neck. It's looking a little bit more elegant than the last one, not quite as little and chunky. So we're going to follow this line round and down, and then the other side not quite as much. We're going to sort of curve it out slightly, then right back in, and we're going to put some little feet just there. and there. An easy way of drawing a cat's body is sitting down again like the other one. I'm going to do a nice line underneath it like I did the last one. If you want to draw crazy cats in crazy positions, we can do that at a later date. It's just a nice easy way to get you started. Okay, the curve again, down and round. Close it, and then whichever shape you've made, follow it again, just as evenly as you can. Just follow your own line. Again, we're going to draw the hip in a minute. Now you've got that curve, nice curve on the tail. You can make it curly, do whatever you want with that. And now the hip on the cat, and just enough room to draw its back foot. Just leave a little gap there, and we can just make its back foot. Ideal. Looking forward to seeing yours. Just to make the cat look a little bit more pretty, I'm going to put some nice long eyelashes on there as well. Really easy to do, but again, looks complicated. People are looking at the cartoon thinking, wow, how on earth have they drawn that? Well, we're just doing it little bit by bit, working through it together. It's good fun being able to draw, and you can play with this and alter it however you like. Make the head bigger or smaller. Shade different colours. Could be any colour cat that you like. Blue, pink, green, anything at all. Just shade it nice and evenly as best you can. I'm shading it all over here. Just mine looks like a white cat, just with bits of shading here and there, and leaving the white where the highlights are. You can colour the ears pink and the nose if you like. Paws can be a different colour, the chest, whichever. That's completely down to you. But leave any comments for me, please, if there's anything you'd like to draw, and just let me know you're still enjoying these cartoon workshops, because it's great having you along drawing with me. And I'd like to see your results. Post them up on Facebook, put little videos together for our Facebook group. It's always great to see what you're up to. And again, I have little prizes of my work to send out to you if you've tried really hard and done well with your cartoons. I'm going to put a collar on this cat now. It's a little thin collar. Again, one line, then follow it with the other line, a little name tab. If you want to put a name in it, make the tab a bit bigger, or write the name first and draw the tab around it. So once you've finished doing your shading, colour it in, or you can do that later and wait for the next little bit I'm going to draw. Don't forget the all important bit. Make it famous. And my pen's packed up, so I better get myself a new one. And just a real simple way. Oh, this pen's on its way out as well. I've got no chance. I need to get some different pens, I think. Here's an old marker I've found. Right, this one, slightly different way of drawing a cat's face. The A shape with a little curve, another A shape. Okay, really simple this. So if you want to try this one as well, all the way around, a great big U shape from one ear to the other. Just have a practice at this. See what you think. There's a little triangle for the nose. Really easy cat's face and two little eyes, and that is it. Try that one. You can always put little triangles there for the ears. A couple of whiskers going in. And there's just another way of drawing a cat's face. I thought I'd squeeze that in while we've got another few seconds. So give them all a go. And let's see what you can come up with. There's the other one I made, which I've shaded in a little bit. Looking forward to seeing your crazy colours. And if they're any better than these, I'm proud of you. I mean, look at the state of some of these. Look at the length of that neck. It's more like a giraffe. He's very, very sorry for himself, that one. But you can alter these, do what you want. Open their eyes, have a play around with it. Just enjoy yourself. You can do the basics, so now just have a mess around. And I look forward to seeing you on the next workshop. It's not decided what it is yet, but I'm going to have a think about that, and I'll see you on the next one tomorrow.